Hey guys, Storm's Ghost here. Thank you for joining me on another video today. Today I will be showing a time-lapse of a build battle that's themed on ruins and water here on the Darwin Reforged server. So I took a break from doing Old Fort build to do this, so let's hop on into the time-lapse and then afterwards I'll give you a quick show around of it. And we are back from the time lapse. I hope you enjoyed. I've built all this stuff here right on the plot. We are in F1 mode, so then we can fly right around here and you won't have to look at my Minecraft arm or anything like that. So the build battle ended this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. It was like, I believe 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Central European Time, since the organizers of it was from like Europe. So yeah, so the time zone here ended this morning. I actually finished it right on up last night before going to bed. When building this, there's a member on the server named Liz. When they saw that I was doing a swampy type of plot, they said, oh, you should use this thin water right here, which allows you to place down a thinner layer of water. It's a command, which I'll show you right on over here. Instead of just doing fill water, you come over here and you do either thin water 9.7 or 8.7. One of them's still water. One of them is water that is moving. Like, so I'm not really sure which one's what, but either way, they're both thin water like this, which allows you to get really close in on the layers underneath. Because of being a swamp, it wouldn't be like that deep of a water, but the only downside is this actually comes up right above where the block height is, right when you put the next block right on top. So doing things like you see on Zomaga's plot, where you have plants going right up above, is not optional because the water will disappear when you put it down. So unfortunately that's one takeaway, one negative from it. But I do like it overall, just because it allows you to have that layered look underneath that comes up very close, because it wouldn't be deep waters. Like, you could use the regular water for like really deep ocean water and stuff, but this would be more like water that has been here and just really sitting here, like rainwater that collects and stuff. It's on like a lower elevation. So my idea for the plot was to basically use House Rain's idea of lore in Game of Thrones, even though this isn't based off of that. Well, it's not like the castle from it, but basically the story behind them is that they rebelled against the Lannisters, and the Lannisters being a rival house at the time, but also their lord. They both basically were sitting on gold mines. The Lannisters and Castle Rock, and the Rains had their own gold mines attached to their castle too. The Rains rebelled against their lord because Tywin's father, Tytos, was a weak lord, and so they felt that they could take advantage of the Lannisters, and Tywin didn't want to do anything like that. He didn't want to be part of that. So basically, when he sent an army over to the Range Castle and stuff, they of course decided to like hide inside and become besieged by the Lannister army. So being attached to the mines and everything, what they did was that the castle was not only a strong point of a regular castle, but they could also hide down in their mines, which would make it hard for siege equipment. But what they weren't counting on is Tywin Lannister basically knocking down the walls of a dam that held back a river that they basically dammed up so then they could access the mines. So the waters flooded the castle and the mines, killing everyone inside. Unfortunately, it is a dark story, but this is that's where I pretty much got my idea. Something similar happened as this, which is why This is a ruined castle now. It's all besieged and all gone, and the only thing that's left is just the shell of the castle. And basically, like, something similar happened here. So that's really the background of it. Not really any story besides like something similar to that. Not really any lore-wise. I might try to bring this into like my regular main build when I'm doing it, but I just wanted to be part of the build battle here on the Darwin Reforged server. So yeah, last night, finishing this up, at the end of the time lapse, you saw me building a tree and doing some small work, some of this vegetation here. I did make use of a lot of layers, so doing vegetation on a lot of rocks is a lot harder to do. Especially with different like cobble layers, ground layers and stuff. It wouldn't look right with any floating thing. But then I forgot who said it, but you could also put down vegetation on the 7 blocks. Like the layers go up 8 blocks from size 1 to 8 being the full block. So you could also put down vegetation on the 7th layer too, and have it look like it's not floating. So I built this tree, and this mushroom here I built. I was thinking about Morrowind, on how not the Elder Scrolls Online version, the original Elder Scrolls 3 version, on how, like, if you go to Ebonheart or anywhere like that, on the roads there, you see the mushrooms lining there next to trees, and I was like, okay, that's a pretty cool idea. So this is my version of a derp mushroom right here, just using the mushroom block itself. And what else did I use? I believe it's light brown dry clay to go along with it, just to try to round it out as much as I could. It does look very derpy, but yeah, that's my first mushroom I ever made in Minecraft. I hope it came out a little decent. So let's go on over to the castle. See, here's the old courtyard where it would probably be very busy. We'd have the expensive wall here. It's no longer really there. I mean, the wall's there, but I put in these little square openings for any hoardings. Because during wartime on walls, you'd put in hoardings, and they'd be basically extra defensive placements that would allow to basically put up like wooden roofs and stuff like that for archers to protect them from arrow fire coming above them. And it would allow them to also have an extra step over the wall to be able to shoot down. But the castle being in ruin, the wood is now gone, so it the hoarding would be no longer there, but where they'd place it would be still there. Like, so basically, if you visit this plot, any of the squares that you see there indicates where any places that they'd put beams in to secure hoardings or floors too. I used some reference images online of old castle ruins, and I'd see where the floors used to be and how they'd have the beams going into the walls like this. So I did try to make it a little realistic as well, even though it's not based on any like ruined castle. In the time lapse, you did see someone jumping from here to here for a while. Like, it looked like a white blur. That was Noro. I had her originally put her door here, and he was trying to jump from here to here before I built this pathway up. But it was pretty funny seeing him in the time lapse just set up doing that. So this would be the way on in. If the castle was still standing, it would come in here into the main hall here. Now, one criticism when building it is that this would be a stone flooring. Like the first floor would be stone, which in most cases, yes. But I just felt I didn't want to do that because I wanted to have it be more collapsed in the center without, I just felt like on the look I wanted to do, maybe this flooring here wouldn't be stone, it was wood, which, as I mentioned before, these are the supports for the beam. And then over here is a flooring that would be stone here as well. So basically the wall here collapsed. I try to make it look like this from the wall that existed, maybe fell over or something, and the water just comes in, and if it really does rain, this fills up too with water and it comes down into the basement. I'm actually very proud of this basement, or it wouldn't really be a dungeon, it would be more of a cellar. Maybe it was like a wine cellar at the time or something, I'm not really sure. But I think it came out very well. Crimson wanted me to use more of these blocks, but I couldn't really figure out a way on how to do that, since there wouldn't really be that much decoration of the wall left. So I just decided that maybe originally these pillars had this design on it, and this is what's all that's left over. And the way out of this room is blocked off. As you saw in the time lapse, I did build a hallway. It would be up, but as I said, one of the constraints of building on a plot is that you only have so much room. If it was like on Old Fort, there would be a way up and a way out, still coming back into this area, in this part of the castle. Yeah, whoops, I just forgot to put on supports there, but that's okay. The build battle's over, so I can't place down any more blocks to try and improve it. That would be unfair and cheating. Not that I'm really trying to win, I just wanted to put in my own type of build and stuff. So each floor here has been ruined, and there's growth and stuff, like plants growing all over the place. And I think originally I wanted this to be like a guard tower or something, but it ended up turning out to be this would probably be the tower where the stairs are, the way up into the next floors. So I built the doors coming out there, which is why I removed the door here, because defensively, to get up onto the next floors, it wouldn't make sense to have a door here, so then you could just bypass the skull for the first floor. You'd have to actually come in. And maybe at a time there was like a small wall here. I'm not really sure. But I am happy on how the castle turned out. It's just now all ruined and everything with it. And it was kind of hard to show the detail when doing the time lapse of this hallway, but I try to make it look like the ceiling collapsed a little bit. This came down and fell down in on itself. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you have. Leave a comment. I am doing a time lapse to become like another build to become a member on this server. I am a patron, which allows me to get world edit, but I want to actually level up on the server now. So there's another project going on in the mist right now that should be out soon that I'm recording time lapses on, and I'll do a show around as well on that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for joining. If you have liked the video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. That way you can see more videos that come out. We'll be returning to Wrath very soon. And until the next one, bye.